Good morning. Welcome to today's e-video resource with the Minnesota Association of Realtors. My name is Chris Galler. This morning we're going to be talking about TILA. TILA is the Truth in Lending Act, and the Truth in Lending Act is part of Regulation Z, which has just had new regulations issued on it. They were issued in the spring of 2009, and it was thought that they would start to take place in October of 2009. The government has pushed those dates up, so they're now going into effect as of July 30th. We're working with the Department of Commerce and HUD to get you additional information, but we wanted to give you, agents and brokers throughout the state, a quick overview of what it's going to mean for your business in the short run. As far as real estate agents go, it isn't a big change. The change that they're looking at really has to do with disclosures and their new mortgage company rules that are going to be placed into effect. The Federal Reserve Board has posted the final rule and their staff recommendations on their website in the Federal Registry, and it's a May 19, 2009 document, and we have the website posted for you here on the e-video resource. What's the change? What they're requiring are additional disclosures on all mortgages. The key there is all mortgages that are secured by a borrower's home. It can be their primary home, it can be their secondary home, and that does include all refinancing. So if somebody's refinancing their house, it also falls under these rules. And you already know that Minnesotans refinancing have a 3-day window or a 2-day window already. Investor loans are exempt from these rules. How does it work? Lenders are required now to give consumers a good faith estimate, a GFE, within 3 days of formal loan application. The lender may not collect any fees before the GFE is provided, except a reasonable fee for a credit report. So that means the lender can take a loan application, take a check or funds for a credit report, and then within 3 days they must provide a good faith estimate to the consumer. The consumer then has 7 days to review the GFE before the period expires. The consumer may not shorten or waive the time frame for a bona fide person unless it's a bona fide personal emergency. Now there's a trick here. The Federal Registry does not allow lenders to escape any liability. So let's say that a consumer, for convenience, wants to close the loan sooner than the 7 days. After they close, they're not satisfied, and the lender says, you signed a paper here that said you were okay. The consumer said, well, I didn't understand it, or you forced me, or whatever. So they kind of put lenders on a hook here, which means lenders are probably going to adhere to the 7 days pretty tightly. That means you should be able to tell your consumer what's going on and have an educated discussion with them. Another part of it is that if indeed the annual percentage rate changes on the good faith estimate by more than 0.125%, the lender must provide a corrected GFE to the consumer, and the consumer now has another 3 days to review it before they can close. The APR includes not only interest on the loan, but other related costs to the settlement. It's important for fees to be accurate early to avoid the need to correct the TILA disclosure. We've provided links on our website so that you can get the Federal Registry, so that you can get the Mortgage Bankers Association note to their members, as well as a very nice piece put together by the National Association of Realtors. With that, I'll be leaving you today. Hope you have a great week. Look forward to talking to you next week.